Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. This is not quite the way I remember the whole Dracula story going. But hey, there's a lot of tits, so I'm all for it. Tonight's movie, Vampyros Lesbos.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Yes, continuing our journey with the cuts, the guts, and the sluts. And tonight we are going to hit that slut button pretty hard here. Yes, because tonight we are going to review a movie from notorious and legendary director Jess Franco. And so that means you should know that it's gonna be a pretty saucy time. So what movie are we going to review? It is the infamous Vampyros Lesbos. Oh, my edition, my Blu-ray edition with the nifty slipcover with the window from Severin Films. Oh, do I dare show you? Do I dare show you, YouTube? No, YouTube's full of prudes, even though there's actually no nudity on the slipcover. YouTube is just bullshit. We all know YouTube's bullshit. They're prudish when it comes to regular people, but when you're famous, you can just show your tits and your vagina and have, like, a masturbatory video on YouTube, and it's like, hey, it's fine, you're rich, you're famous, so we want your views. You other guys, fuck off. Anyways, okay, so mini rant. Anyways, so what is Vampyros Lesbos about? Well, it is kind of a retelling in a way, or a reimagining of the Dracula mythos, the Dracula story, except it takes place many, many years after Dracula, and apparently it seems that Dracula has perished, and he is leaving his estate to this beautiful, beautiful vixen who is now the Dracula of this story, and another beautiful woman who is, I guess, the Jonathan Harker slash... I don't know, I'm thinking of the movie Dracula, because I think Lucy in the movie, but it's not... Anyways, let's just say this woman who's working for the insurance company or whatever goes to this secluded island that's in Turkey, because we know it's Turkey, because they keep showing the famous mosque over and over and over again, like every other shot. Just, it's a beautiful building. Don't get me wrong, but come on, we got it by now. Anyways, so she goes to, handle the business of the inheritance, and of course, the vampiress is like, I love you. You're like that person that I knew from way back, and now I have to seduce you away. And you get this the side story with the sort of asylum place with the Renfield character, except it's not Renfield, it's some woman, and she's like, I'm waiting for my mistress to return and take me. Anyways, and you have a Dr. Van Helsing type character, but instead of one way, he's kind of a different way, but I don't want to get into all that stuff, because basically it's a retelling of the Dracula story, except in 70s time and in Turkey. And with women in the lead. Anyway, so let's get to those scores, shall we? Because, honestly, that's basically the plot of the movie. Violence and gore, I'm going to give it a 1.5 out of 5. There is a pretty neat kill toward the end, and there is some blood, but for the most part, it's pretty tame. It's pretty tame. Even the creepy guy at the boat place, to ferry people to that mysterious island, and his weird kind of kidnap, tie-up, torture thing really wasn't all that impactful. It's light. It's 1.5 out of 5. So moving on to shock value, 1 out of 5. It is what it is. The European cinema is not necessarily there to jump scare you, but yet they can have some pretty shockingly violent moments. But this movie, I guess the nudity would be the shocking stuff. The sexuality would be the shocking stuff, but maybe I'm just not shocked by it. I don't know. Anyways, it's a 1 out of 5. Moving on to plot. I'm torn about this because I appreciate the retelling of the Dracula story. I appreciate the changes and the subversions in there. I love the fact that, yes, they take place in Turkey, which would piss off Dracula, because Dracula would be like, why are you living there? Those fuckers, man, they're the ones who caused all this shit to begin with, and you're gonna go over there just to spite me? Because, apparently, he stole her innocence. She's a man-hating lesbian and ended up being the bride of Dracula against her will and stuff like this. So, female empowerment, right? Anyways, yeah, so what does she do? She acts like a man and goes and tries to rape women. And control them and own them, right? Because that's female empowerment, right? Is just to be as jackass as a guy can be. I guess. I don't know. Anyways. But, I respect all that, but I also realize that it is ripping off Dracula. It's ripping off Dracula. I get it. It's like the story beats are there. So I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I really wanted to give it a 3 or 4 because I really appreciate the nuance because of it. But I can't really do it because, they're just ripping off the Dracula story. And also, inexplicably, there's a lot of really artsy, slow camera shots, and it's supposed to be symbolism and whatnot, but they tend to be kind of tedious and really kind of bog the movie down, and it's kind of unnecessary, and they fill it with these shots, and it's just please, just, I get it, but let's move on, right? Speaking of moving on, I should be moving on. Okay, moving on to acting. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I think everyone did a pretty good job. I like the guy who played the doctor. He was quite an interesting character. Everyone else is alright. The mute-ish, I guess, slave guy or whatever. Every vampire has their henchmen, right? Anyways, he was fine, and you get the of course, Jess Franco cameo where he's just weird because that's how he is when he plays a role, I guess. Anyways, so, 3 out of 5. Moving on to Nudity, and you can guess. I guess by looking at the hand here. Yeah, it's a 5 out of 5. It's a lot of it, a lot of sex, a lot of kissing and touching, and yeah, it's all over the place. The beginning of the movie is the vampiress has this show at this club, and she's basically pretty much naked, and there's another girl who's naked, and they kind of swap lingerie, and I know it's supposed to be some sort of meaning behind that, and I get it, but it's just I'm staring at the tits. I'm sorry. Anyways, 5 out of 5. Moving on to enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It would probably be higher if it wasn't for some of the meandering with the art shots, and but I did appreciate the unique take, and I did appreciate the lovely, lovely ladies. So 3 out of 5, and my overall impression is a 3 out of 5. It is definitely not as confused as, let's say, A Virgin Among the Living Dead. So it's definitely a bit more straightforward, but then when you first start watching this, you get those vibes that, oh, this is gonna be kind of a mess, because they got these sort of those art shots before the plot really kicks into gear. So just be warned about that. 3 out of 5, and that averages out to a 2.7 out of 5. You got kicked up there with that nudity score, but it's still a solid movie, and I like it. So there you have it, Vampyros Lesbos. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me, disagree with me, liked it, disliked it, whatever. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And as always, Internet, thank you for watching another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Oh my goodness, we are really probably losing our minds by now, right? Anyways, but yeah, I digress. So until the next time, thank you for watching, and stay scary, and always if you've got a job to do and it takes you to a secluded island that you can only get to by ferry, and you're the only one going there, and you're just going to be alone in a house with somebody you don't know, perhaps, I don't know, get permission to bring people other than yourself, like security or something, I don't know, because and also if you end up going to the beach naked with the person, that just seems to be a red flag to me. I just, hey, we got business to do, but hey, you wanna go sunbathing in the nude on the beach with me? No. I mean, like, if it was her, I guess I would say yes because she's fucking hot, but, like, in reality, I should probably say no, right? Because it's weird. I'm just saying. Maybe it's not weird. Maybe I'm just nobody ever will offer that to me, but there's probably people that it's offered to all the time. They go to the beach and just people go, hey, let's go sunbathing. I don't know. Anyways, I'm ranting. I'm not ranting. I'm rambling. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I guess. Whatever.